In October of 2005, after almost 5 years of hard work, Badagoni Wine Company launched a new wine factory in a small village of Zemohodasheni, in Georgia's principal wine region of Kakheti. The world-renowned Kakheti region is brimming with such magic, and the history of Badagoni Company starts here. The founders of the company were no the newcomers in the business. In 2002, a group of friends initiated a wine company known as Chevalier Winemaking, which enjoyed outstanding success with some iconic Georgian brands. In the years following 2002, the company had been awarded several medals at various national and international wine competitions. Started from early 2006, the company is a member of Georgia's Winemakers Association. By 2005, the holders of the company decided it was time for further advancement. Substantial investments were made to expand the company and to develop its strategic direction towards a new vision. That's when a decision was made to rename the company. Presently, the company is functioning as Badagoni, named after the pagan Georgian deity of wine and fertility. All these have resulted into the most technologically advanced wine factory in the Caucasus region. Badagoni has advanced towards the European standards long before Russia, the principal market for Georgian wine products, imposed the wine trade embargo against Georgia. The focus on excellence has led the company to collaborate with some of the world's progressive winemakers, namely Dr. Donato Lanati and his renowned Enosis laboratory in Italy, which continuously offers Badagoni much-needed support. Badagoni staff had been trained by the highly skilled professionals working at the Enosis, and this collaboration between two winemaking nations turned out to be enriching for both parts. Promotional activities for the factory launch have started months earlier. An extensive advertising campaign initiated by the company included some big names in business, with popular filmmaker Asa Potsashvili leading a cast of Georgia's most admired actors and including Dr. Donato Lanati himself.
თუ სწორად მახსოვს, კარგი კაცი, სულ უნდა მუშაობდეს, ქალები უნდა უყვარდეს და ღვინოში უნდა ერკვეოდეს.
Un vino buono deve essere elegante, ricco e unico.
ღვინის კომპანია Badagoni.
Sì, certo, Badagoni.
On the opening day of the factory, October 25th, the invited guests first visited the famous Alaverde Cathedral. Badagoni has a very special relationship with Alaverde. In the beginning of 2006, the company donated an icon made by the Greek monks living on Mount Athon, and later that year, with Badagoni's financial support, 3 new church bells rang in Alaverde after almost 80 years of silence. There's another reason why the distinguished guest visited the Alaverde Cathedral before the official opening ceremony. Not long time ago, Georgian archaeologists working at the site of the cathedral unearthed a wine cellar containing more than 40 wine containers made of clay. Badagoni Wine Company, jointly with Georgia's Ministry of Culture, assisted the local monks with the restoration of the cellar, and pretty soon the monks will start making their own very special monastery wine here. The main event of the opening ceremony has started later that evening, as the guests from all over the world hurried to Zemohodasheni. An impressive cross-shaped building of the factory hints on the importance of the role of the Christianity in the history of the country, and the fact that Saint Nino, who introduced Christianity in Georgia in the 4th century, wore a cross made of the vine branches. I know that one of the holders of the company is from Abkhazia, said Georgia's Prime Minister Mr. Zurab Nogaideli in his opening speech, and I hope that soon we will be drinking the Badagoni wines in Sukhumi.
Sì, certo, Badagoni. Sì, certo, Badagoni.
Razzone Badagoni.
Post-opening days of the factory proved to be strenuous, for wine requires hard work and much energy. But Badagoni was honored with more distinguished guests in following days. The president of Georgia, Mikhail Saakashvili, arrived to Zemohodasheni in a couple of days after the opening ceremony and stayed for the whole evening, carefully studying the entire technological cycle of winemaking in the factory. In his speech, broadcasted live, the president stated the following. Russia had been a bit hasty in imposing the wine trade embargo against Georgia, he said. But in fact, they did a good thing. Now Georgia has started looking for new markets, and Badagoni Wine Factory is our answer to the embargo. In a way, it helped us to become more competitive and prevented us from further mistakes. Later, the president attended the wine testing ceremony in the factory and was fairly impressed by the wines. The following guest who honored Badagoni with his visit was the head of the Georgian Orthodox Church, His Holiness Ilya II. The day before that, he visited the Alavedi Cathedral and came up with an idea to put up a chapel on the territory of a winery. He also genuinely enjoyed some of red wine. I'm absolutely charmed by what I have seen, he said. The factory is impressive and wine is really good. And of course, thanks for your help in reconstructing the Alavedi wine cellar. Now, when the celebration is over, hard work continues at Badagoni. Its mission remains the same, to produce wines that are individual expressions of the best that a particular climate, grape and location can offer.